much. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the quarter-final stages of the Just Retirement World Singles Championships. Let's greet the players onto the rink. First out, with 11 World Bowls Tour titles, 2014 Commonwealth Gold Medalist, Alex Marshall, MBE. And facing Alex, the reigning Scottish International Open champion, number 3 in the world, please welcome Nick Brett.
Well, we've enjoyed the interaction on Twitter all week, so tweet us your thoughts today, hashtag BBC Bowls. Time now, though, to join our commentators, John Price. He's up in the commentary box alongside David Corkill. Great afternoon's entertainment ahead of us.
Absolutely, Rishi. It's going to be a marvellous game, there's no doubt about that. World number 3 against world number 4. And, of course, we have got the a situation of Nicky Brett in full form.
Javelin 29 metres.
Fully expect both players to play through on this forehand, which has been the most popular side of the rink. A little disturbance with Alex. Start off again.
One red.
Another chance here for Alex, and both players looking for a steady start. John, you really don't want to have a loose end the first couple of ends.
No, that's a good ball by Alex. He's just slipped into 2 greens. But you're right, you want a nice steady start, you don't drop any counts. Very experienced, these 2 players though. Nicky Brett's been in fine form. And what more can you say about Alex Marshall? He's done it all. So I'd expect a very, very close game.
Alex played well against Ben Twist from Australia. Ben didn't show the form that he had in the first match against Jason Greenslade. But having said that, Alex didn't give him much of a sniff of a chance, really.
Yeah, that's very true. It's the old saying, you only play as well as your opponent allows you to play, and Alex was very professional. Good line in.
Duran Alex's wife. Always likes to sit at the back of the stand. Didn't look too happy about that, and if that's the case, it'll probably be more about the weight he's using. Yes, I think he realised the line was good at mid-centre rink. Well, the thing with these quarterfinals are, John, that you've got 8 very good players, and if one of them has a slight off day, well, the other one's just going to take control, because there's no chance of both players playing a poor match.
Jack length 28.5 metres.
Alex normally favours the backhand in this direction. It's another good start.
Oh, this is a good reply. In behind the jacks where you want to be.
You hold the shot. Half an inch. 7 inches.
Just shows you that Alex wants to play that backhand so much, because it is quite a kind hand with good weight. It's a gentle draw in, there's no whip on it. Oh, it's handy where he's coming to. He's framed it a little bit. Now, Nick wouldn't normally attack this. It'll be interesting to see the way he plays it. Yep, going early. Very close. Yep, 2 balls. Played that really well.
Yeah, good strike, good connection.
Toucher in the ditch. It'll be marked and it's in play.
Very close, Alex. Doesn't want the gap. Oh, a little unfortunate. It's a good bowl, though.
1 green.
Needs to get hold of the red ball with this one. Well, maybe, but yes, just dropped in. The guys, the Inverness guys are back again, John. They're, and I have to say, they brought a little present with them for us. Our little Nessie chocolate. Aren't they good? Belgian-made Caledonian chocolate from Inverness.
Oh, we'll keep that for later.
Oh, there's 1 each.
Oh, excellent.
For the whole of the commentary team.
Good with this. Gets to bend. Needs to bend. Just hang away.
Didn't get back. He needed just a little bit more weight. Looks second shot to me. Nicky Brett, very quick player. He'll trot up and down the rink. That's a missed chance for spare, isn't it, John? I get a lot of room there.
Yeah, I'd favour him to put that one in.
Oh, they should have been measuring for 3, not for 2.
1 green out, measuring for 2.
Alan Thornhill wielding the measure for this match. Brian Daly marking.
2 shots to Nicky Brett.
Well, got the double back. Well, we've been getting some challenging questions coming through on Twitter. Hashtag BBC Bowls. John Price in the commentary box with me today. Be more than happy to answer them.
Jack length 24 metres.
Mark Watson, looking for the best player you've ever played against, John.
Well, that's very difficult, David. I hate to compare players from different eras. I think the man on the green today, Alex Marshall, is certainly the best all-round player of his generation, indoor and outdoor, without doubt. But there's been some great players over the years. Tony Alcock was a fantastic player. David Bryant, of course. Richard Corsi, Willie Wood. The list is endless. I think we've been blessed in our game over the last 30 to 40 years to have had some great players. And of course, there are many good ones on the circuit. But I think, a personal choice probably would be Tony Alcock overall.
I think I would go with David Bryant simply because he was mercurial in his ability to get out of trouble. And had some great matches with David. And I think he also brought in the professional era of bowls, which we were involved in. Good start in this end. Let's see if Alex gets back with this one. Ross Forbes asking about the young players that are coming through. I think there's quite a few young players, John, isn't there? Damien Doubler and a number of others that are around the place that are trying to make their way into the top ranks.
Yes, I think there's some excellent players around the globe. I wouldn't pick on any individual, but I think it's getting the opportunity. The qualifiers are very, very difficult to come through. I think a lot of players, if they could make it onto the portable rink, will do very well.
This will be a tester for you from Graham Hume. Was the best bowl you ever played, John? Goodness me. Good luck with that. I'll get back to the game while you think about it for a moment. Alex Marshall just trying to make it through. Hasn't just got the weight to carry it. He'll have another bowl to correct that, but Nick needs another one in.
2 green.
Well, interesting, he's playing the backhand on this. I thought he might have come down the forehand just to block that forehand draw. Well, he has to get a contact with his own bowl here to make it difficult. He's going to drop. It would help a lot if it did. Yep, there it goes. Still leaves the forehand open though. And why Nick didn't play that on the forehand, John, because it was virtually the same shot.
Yeah, it's quite unusual. Wry smile, Nicky.
Timeout called.
Well, the draw on the forehand is very marginal. It really is. It has to be perfect. There's a damage limitation on the forehand if he wants to play a runner. Well, even on the backhand for that, it'll keep him off his own bowl. But to get his own bowl out, he has to take at least 1 green away. So he'll not be any worse off. Definitely a very difficult draw. Yep, trying it. Fairly short jack length. And he's close, as you would expect. Just needs to hurry. I think he's got it. There you go. especially that jack length, John. It's right up Alex's street for that.
One shot to Alex
That's a
Marshall.
wonderful delivery. Perfect weight in. He knows what he's doing. Into the pocket of Bowles. Classic Alex Marshall.
Best bowl ever, John. You've had a bit of time to think back over the last, what, 35 years?
Yeah, it's long time since I played a really good one. I think the most meaningful, if I can remember rightly, and this wasn't anything to do with TV, was a British Isles semi-final outdoors in the pairs with my dad. Extra end of a semi-final in Ayrshire. And I managed to back touch over my first bowl and it stayed there. And we won the semi and went on to win the final. And I think that was a bit special because probably I was with my father and it's unusual to win a British Isles title with your dad.
Absolutely. I didn't think you were an emotional character, but it's another side of you. Fond memories, though. Yeah. A lot of the players, of course, have been introduced to bowls by their parents. I know I was. Both my mum and dad played. And my dad was a very good player, inter-association representative player, and
14 inches.
international finals and things, so brought me into it. I wasn't allowed to play at his club when I was very young. They didn't allow me to join. But in those days there were a couple of clubs at that particular green, and the other club invited me to join when I was 10. So it's a family connection, most of the players somewhere along the line. That's interesting. Alex Marshall, even with the bowl coming down there, John on the backhand, he's still happy to play it.
Yeah, he's confident. He's got the good line. He can come around anything there. Got a swinging ball.
Just needs to run off his own. Well, it's a help. It'll fall
One
back.
red.
Yeah, Alex may have to change now.
He is looking very confident, isn't he, Alex? He's been getting better with each game. Well, Alex Marshall has now dropped
Close for
to
two.
number 4 in the world. I can't say he dropped to number 4. He actually was bounced about a little bit, but very firmly established in the top 8. His best friend, of course, Paul Foster, is the world number 1, seeded number 2 for this, because the defending champion Darren Burnett is the current champion and seeded number 1.
One red.
Well, Foster's been holding on to that number 1 ranked spot for a while. He's accumulated points and ranking points almost every event. Again, getting to the final, Scotland, John, that's going to keep him up there.
Yeah, well, I think everybody agrees Paul's been the man to beat on the portable rink. He's the most consistent performer, tournament in, tournament out, no doubt about that. And a great player, and as I said earlier, we're blessed really down in so many talented players on the circuit. It's a great era.
Well, again, on the backhand, that ball drew back all the way. One of the benefits of a strong bias ball.
Two red.
Well, Nick might be tempted with this, but he's got no back position. He might just have to try and draw it.
He'll just play the draw shot, trying to nestle into the reds.
Well, again. Now, can you get past your own? Not quite. 4 short balls, though, albeit not very far away.
Two shots to Alex Marshall.
Well, I would suggest if Alex is going to get that close, Nick needs to start getting balls behind the jack and use the weight shots to shake it up a bit.
I was chatting to Nick last night, and he's got a sort of game plan on this portable rink. He said if he doesn't get in with the first 2 balls, he'll attack early. I just wonder whether that might be the tactic from now on if he starts getting beaten on the draw. I think he's of the opinion you can't play the in-between shot, and I know a lot of players feel that.
Well, I think it's there. It's just, it's a low percentage shot, and he feels it's a draw drive situation, and not a bad plan, but I think he would rather Alex was forced into that.
Oh, this is good balls by Alex. First ball is right there again, nestling on the jack. Looking impressive at the moment.
Yes, it is. One red.
Julie Potter in her usual seat with a very embroidered jacket on today.
The
That
next
changes
ball
every day, of
is
course.
3 inches short, gap with your ball, 1.5 inches, and it's 2 inches past jack high.
Close again.
Oh, he likes his forehand.
That's really good. What a great ball.
Yes, he's really nailed that forehand, hasn't he? Nick attacking. He's close to it. Well, that's not probably the best result he was looking for, but the jack is out into the open.
It's close for shot, Alex.
Close for shot. Alex will remember a previous ball in this end on the backhand and just put a meter on that. He'll be very close. He'll certainly remember the line. There it is. It's well and truly locked in Alex's memories. Even more focused this year, I think, and I've seen him for a while. I think he realises he's playing well.
And he's had a great year. Alex even playing some really good balls. He's gone out to Australia recently and played some exceptional balls out there.
Yes, I think he's gone out again as well, so Nick's under this. Thought he might have been a little bit more aggressive to it. With his own ball on the way in.
Umpire,
There's a good chance actually to come off the green ball and take the 2 reds out, but don't understand the weight he played with that.
Yeah, so I was just asking a few questions of Nick at the moment. I think it's fair to say, David, that most bowlers would say over the last few years, Alex, outdoor and indoor, when we look at the both games, you'd say he's been the most consistent performer in all major championships.
Yes, as the overall all-round player, and we have had great players at outdoor and great players indoors, but as the overall player. Alex is the man for the last decade or so. I think indoors it's slightly different, taking that in isolation, John. I think Paul Foster has been across all events very, very consistent, and that shows in his ranking as
Alex
well.
Marshall.
But Alex would really, really like to get another title under his belt, because Paul's chasing him for the 5 titles, and he would like just to stretch that a little bit more. The way he's playing, he just feel there's just an edge to him. I just feel he's better. I really do. There's something about him this year just tells me that he's playing better. He's lost the jack, and that's rare. 3 yards away from where he wanted it. But this has been something this year. It's been a characteristic. It's been a lot of players losing the jack. They're just flying over the top of the rink.
Jack length 26 metres.
26, yes.
Well, starting to get away from Nick Brett a bit. 7-2. It's very interesting here, John, in that Alex Marshall's got the mat up a little bit, but he was playing a long length, and Nick's played a length which, to be truthful with you, is right up Alex's street. A shorter jack length. So he's going to be hard to beat if he's deliberately going long and forcing his opponent to go short.
It's 3 inches past jack high.
Always interesting when a player decides to play one side of the green, or the rink, as we would still call it. It's just down to personal choice, of course. No more than that. They're very proficient in all 4 hands, have practiced them, but some hands just happen to work better for their delivery and the bowls they're using at the time, John.
Yes, and Alex always tends to use a big biasing bowl. This is close by Nick. Oh, it's a good reply. Yep. Sat back as well.
Big benefit. Set back. Makes it a lot harder to move out of the way.
1 green.
And just a very small adjustment on the line from his second bowl. Just getting back around the back of the jack and dropping in.
Well, there's not a lot for Alex here, except just a draw.
Very close he runs. Very close he gets to his own bowl. It was a good effort.
Careful draw required, I would say. Try and drop his own bowl down, push it out in the wide side. Danger of getting to the jack.
Yeah, can't afford to give shot away. I think he'd just be on the high line, trying to get onto the side bowl and drop back.
Trying with this. Oh, that's a beauty.
That's a cracker.
That really
Brilliant
is.
ball.
Very, very good ball from Nick Brett.
2 shots to Nicky Brett.
He needed that.
It's good quality stuff here, David. You can see the distance you've got to get to get shots. It's all within inches. Good stuff by Nicky Brett.
Javelin 26.5 metres.
Now this match is starting to warm up a bit, isn't it, John? We're starting to get those first bowls very close.
Yes, it's a very high standard. We'd expect that from these two players. Look at this again. Look at this again, Alex Marshall. Good stuff.
Pushed it out and it pushed back again. That's the difference when a bowl's sitting down.
The gap is 1.5 inches.
Under green, 1.5 inches. Still, he's not play this with some confidence.
Interesting for Alex here whether he just plays down into this through the gap, or he may be a little bit more conservative, look to play a bowler foot past on the draw, give himself some position.
Yes, important to end this. If Alex scores this end, well, Nick's going to have to go chasing the set.
Yeah, he's playing the draw to get past the green bowl. What an attempt this is again. Look at this, look at this.
Wow. And it looks like the shot as well. That's brilliant from Alex Marshall. He's in hot form.
1 red.
This is fantastic. Just enough weight. Creeps past the green bowl. Wonderful bowl.
Wow, it's going to be difficult for Nick here. He's on the forehand to try and get a little tap on the green bowl to turn the red bowl down, but he can barely see it. So he has to rely on the bend of the bowl. Overplayed it. Just overplayed it. I can understand why. I wouldn't bet against Alex drawing another shot here. That ball was massive from Alex Marshall. In the context of the scoreline,
slips onto the forehand side. You can see what he's looking to do. Drop back off the green bowl. Very close again. Very close again. Oh, that is brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant.
that's what I was saying, you wouldn't bet against him, would you? He's on that forehand, which he absolutely adores. Everything is possible on that forehand.
Switching sides. No problem.
Javelin 28 and a half
Well,
metres.
that should be the set gone, really, John. You know, it's the way Alex is playing. You sort of feel that you can close this match out this end.
Well, back in the summer at the Commonwealth Games, during one of the matches, I did mention that I thought Alex was the Lionel Messi of bowls. And that just underlines it. The man who can produce a bit of magic just when you need it. Should have taken a rights fee out of that. Everybody's using that phrase now.
I'm not.
Nicky's playing well.
It's 3 inches past Jack high.
Good again. Anything past, always useful. He's very dangerous, Alex Marshall, when he's in this sort of form. He really is. You just feel that the confidence is growing with every match. And unless you're absolutely banging them in to put them under pressure, you're going to be in trouble. And with Nick Brett dropping short there, he's just inviting Alex to play that. Little push on the jack or the bowl. I know you love your football, John. I thought you'd have picked somebody from Swansea. You're a Swans man through and through.
I think he needs to run you. It's down again. No, I'm afraid I don't think we're quite in the Lionel Messi class for the Swans yet. We'll need to win the lottery to buy him.
Alex will lend you the money. You'll be
One
fine.
green.
But when you're talking about world talents, it's not a bad description, is it? And certainly not a bad comparison either.
If Alex could play a similar bowl, just turn the jack behind the red bowl. Won't leave Nicky anything.
He's watching this. Will it get down in time?
What a try.
Here
what
it
a
comes.
try this is. Look at this again. Oh, that's a great ball.
Well, he got a little touch on the jack. Just moved it. I'm not sure if he's got enough of it, though. But,
2 red.
Very unlucky not to get the jack round the corner. Actually, he just went past the edge of it. And
maybe the case, but Brian's just said that it's 2 red. There's certainly nothing easy about this one. And again, it's a set lie and a lot of pressure on. Oh, it's under, surely. Yeah.
2 shots in the first set to Alex Marshall.
Alex Marshall takes the first set, 11 shots to 4, and I have to say it was good value for it. He gave Nicky Brett absolutely no chance there on occasions. There were so many times when Nick really didn't have an easy shot with his last ball, John. It was a very, very good performance.
you know, Nicky didn't do too much wrong. I mean, he wasn't playing badly. To beat Nicky 11-4 in a set just shows you how well Alex played. Just blew him away.
Jack length 28.5 metres.
We can get in touch, of course, through Twitter, hashtag BBC Bowls. We're sitting waiting for the questions, and some of them have been fascinating. Mark Pope is asking, would bowls ever be an Olympic sport? Well, I did some work on this a while ago, actually, and bowls is very much trying to get into the Olympics. This has really come through because snooker have applied to get in, but it was actually an exhibition sport in the early 1900s, bowls, and unfortunately it wasn't carried through from that. Normally you're an exhibition sport and you follow through into the main event, but the biggest problem is that it's not a particularly big sport in the USA, and it's virtually non-existent in Russia, and it's only just arrived into China via Hong Kong as well. And of course, as a Commonwealth sport, well, you can take those countries out and you end up in a situation of 60, 70 countries at one stage being involved, and it's been a Commonwealth sport right from the beginning when it was the British Empire Games. I have to say, John, we would love to see it into the Olympics, but unfortunately with the Olympics being so widespread now, there's just a few countries, especially very large countries, that just don't have bowls.
No, I think that probably is the main problem. I don't know all the politics of it, David, but I think it would certainly raise the profile of the sport worldwide.
Yes, World Bowls Limited have been working with other ball sports, tonk, bowls, whatever you want to call it, and one or two others to try and put a consortium together to get all those events into the Olympics. But at the moment, there's no fruit being produced from that particular area of work. Nick Brett, much better end for him. This is the first time that Alex has been under some pressure. He's very close again. Oh, wow. Great effort. He may have dropped out, taken one off.
2 green.
Still 2 to green.
Well, Nicky needed to start this set well. Played a good end. Alex's excellent last ball there, a little unlucky to drop out. Now then, Nicky, you just drop in off that red for a third. Just like that.
Oh, that's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant from Nick Brett. Moved up a gear in this end, no doubt about that.
3 shots to Nicky Brett.
Yes, he saw the opportunity, knows it's vital to make every ball count.
Javelin 28 metres.
Well, hashtag BBC Bowls getting very busy. Colin Smith's asking, why is the ball jack high? Well, that's a term that we've been using for a long time, and they've messed about with the wording a little bit in the description of it, but it's just to let players know that a bowl is actually level with the jack, and it was called jack level for a while, but to be truthful with you, it's a terminology no one really uses. Kevin Kent. Kevin's very busy on Twitter. John, the funniest thing you've ever seen on a bowls green? Maybe the streaker that we had a few years ago?
Yes, I was there. You were on that day when we had a streaker, David, but I do remember a number of years ago, a vital end in a vital match, an umpire coming onto the green, giving the been given the big build-up and falling over into the head and smashing the head up.
Yes.
And they couldn't measure the shot, and I think it was on the last end of the game.
I can remember that. Yeah, she gave him the big build-up about being such a great umpire and how professional the guys were. I have to say, it wasn't World Bowls Tour event. Nice little tap by Alex to drop the ball in behind the jack. Well, this one looks like it's going to slip underneath. Yes, we had a similar thing in a televised event many years ago in Belfast, and big build-up for a measure with the umpire, and walks on, measures the jack and the ball, goes to turn around and measure the other one, he kicks the jack. He put it back, he thought, in the same place, but that didn't really work. So these things can happen. Just an accident.
One red.
Just a bit on the inside again. Well, the way Alex has been playing, you sort of fancy him to add another one here.
Very close again.
Might be. Tell you what, that's got to be close. Alex is asking Brian Daly, and Brian Daly's got a very good eye. He favours green.
There's not a lot in that on the actual screen there, on the rings.
Tell you what, it's definitely worth a measure, and Alex agrees, and so he should, because you know, it's never easy sometimes with different coloured bowls, and I think also for the fact, John, that you know, if you measure it, then you're not thinking about it afterwards. It's horrible to kick bowls away and concede shots and then think, oh, I should have measured that. It was closer than I first thought, but the calipers are excellent to sort things out.
One shot to Alex Marshall.
One shot to Alex Marshall. 3-1 after 2. Interesting question here, John. I'll give this one to you because your role in the development of the game, working with schools, etc. Dave's asking, his granddaughter Amy could play bowls at the age of 5.
She certainly can, Dave. I'm sure you can get in contact with your local club or whatever. Certainly down in Wales, we've got a lot of youngsters playing. In my own club on Sunday mornings, we've had kids as 7-year-old, 6-year-old down there with small bowls.
Jack length 29.5 metres.
John McNeil asking about the ranking system. Well, that's based on the number of matches you win, and they're multiplied in each event and carried over each year for a total of 3 years, and after 3 years the next year is taken into consideration, and your number 40 here drops off the end. So you're still in the system okay if you're playing well and consistently. That's why getting to the quarterfinals is absolutely essential.
One red.
Trying very hard with this one. No, you don't want to drop back. It's sitting on the jack. It's a beautiful ball. Good competitor, Nicky Brett. He never lets go. He's like a little terrier out there.
Big try with this if he gets back to the green.
Oh, he drops on it, it'll be enough. It is. Just had to touch it. The green ball was going to drop, and the red is now number 1. Well, that wasn't a lucky ball, you know. That's what I was saying. I was hoping it didn't drop on the jacks. That's going to happen, but that was a very well played ball by Alex Marshall. Knew what he was after. Now, Nick, you going to get that onto the green? Nope.
One red.
It's this forehand again, John. What's the odds? Alex will draw another one.
Form he's in at the moment, the touch wouldn't back against him. It's not easy though. He has to be a little bit careful. Again, he could play a brilliant ball, fall back against a jack and go a couple down. What a try, what a try. Oh, as we said, you wouldn't back against him, would you?
Well, that's another occasion. Alex Marshall's played the most brilliant ball on that forehand. He just, everything seems beatable on it.
Great way in again. Bias on the ball, bringing it right back into the jack.
Nick Brett will be down at this quick. Yep, there he goes. Quick ball. No, he's going to get the front plant. That's what he's after. Yep, got it, and I got a good result. He was bang on target. Can't argue with that one. Brilliant ball. Just the one, isn't it? Next, looking at the second, I think Alex thought it was just the one, but yep, they're going to put a long measure on it.
Not a super end of bowls though. Brilliant drawing bowls, good conversions.
Two shots to Nicky Brett.
Trevor Gummer is asking, John, when was your most memorable game, win or lose?
Jack length 26.5 metres.
Well, Trevor, I'll give you two. Probably my most memorable is to win the World Indoor Singles. I beat Ian Schuback in the final. Most disappointing was losing a Commonwealth Games Singles final. ended up with a silver, so that's the ups and downs of bowls.
Aidan McCormick asking what happens if the shot clock runs out. Well, then you'll get a very, very loud hooter noise. And if the bowler hasn't delivered his bowl, it's taken away from him, and he will not be allowed to actually deliver it. Well, apologies for the temporary loss of coverage. We are now back and running again, as you can see. And just in time to see Nicky Brett play a very good ball on the forehand. Really good drive by Nick Brett, securing a double in the last end after some great balls from Alex, but ooh, he's on the wrong side of that one. Anything past there was good.
I think it's just the one. One green.
Well, getting another chance here, John.
Yes, needs just to negotiate that last bowl of Alex. If he can get past that, he can draw another one. Fought his way back into this second set, Nicky. Attempt again, drops onto the green.
Yep, looks good. It's a nice double. Ball just dropped
Two
down,
green
but that
and a
makes no
miss.
difference. Alex, well, either side available to him, John. He could touch the ball on the backhand or draw on the forehand with a little bit of extra weight on his last one.
He's going to play the forehand draw. He's made a few of these today.
Oh, has he ever? No, has he got the weight to carry it past? Nope, not on this occasion. Two out, looking at the third. Another measure. Well, I'm saying Nicky's playing better, and even when Alex is getting a really good ball in, Nick's been into it and attacking it. As you said earlier, John, he's very much decided to play like him, but that's his natural game as well.
It's two green out.
I think the difference with Nick Brett over the last 3-4 years is that he doesn't go too early, doesn't go with a second ball as much as he used to. A slight favour for the red. This is close. Quick check going back to the green ball.
Three shots to Nicky Brett.
Goodness me. It's the extra one. It's early days in that we've only played 4 ends of a 9-end set. 8-1, John. I think you would like that about end 7.
Yeah, it's a little, it's a good lead for Nicky. hasn't been a right one set, to be honest with you. I mean, the last end probably, you know, Alex was lining a couple of shots up with a big bowl from Nicky when he struck. That's been the difference. He played a very good end there to get the 3, and Alex just failed with the last ball. Real good standard. Nicky's really finding the first ball now, and that's probably the difference. He's just coming into the game with that early delivery.
Oh, it's an interesting one from Ben Smart. John, who's the best player never to win the World Professional Singles? Give you a bit of time to think about that one.
Oh, get all the easy questions. There's so many good players who've just missed out. I mean, one famous name would be Willie Wood. Didn't quite make it yourself either, Corky.
No, it's always just one of the ones that got away from me.
I think over the years there's been some very, very good players that just haven't quite made it. That's the nature of the event. Very tough title to win. This is good by Alex.
Good effort. Nearly got the 2 balls.
1 green.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. I think it's the only one that got away from me. But you know, you can't have regrets in this game, John. You have to think of all the good stuff. That's all.
Now then, Nicky. Just left the target again. He didn't really want to finish that. That's why he's smiling.
Yeah.
A good batting.
Yeah, he knows that Alex will go again at this. Come down and have a look at it. Well, the danger obviously is the front ball, but if he can get past onto that, the 2 balls will go out. If he gets into it, the jack will split through. Likes his forehand. Got to make this one, John.
Yeah, I'll be surprised if he doesn't play this. State of the game at the moment in this set. I think he needs to get something out of this end. It's going to be difficult to draw.
Well, there's still 2 more balls to come, so that might influence him a little bit. Still going for it, but going for it on the backhand inside his own bowl. There's a natural bend there. Not the best result he could have gotten for that. He's opened it up a bit, but well, you would have expected that to take those 2 balls out.
Yeah, very unfortunate then. He was on his target. Expected that green to move further.
Close for a shot.
Very slight favour for green on that.
Nicky needs another bowl in there, and he doesn't want to put it alongside the other green. Pass this, drop around. That's pretty good. Now then, just wondering whether he'll go for these 2 bowls.
It's very close, Alex.
Well, there's no reason not to, because he's got 3 balls in there and he really needs
close
to score.
I mean, we're assuming that the side one, if that is a shot ball, he strikes that and gets it into the other green, he could clear the 2.
Yeah, well, that's what he favours if he's lying 1 or against him. You know, we'll know from this. Yep. He must favour it's against him. Going for it. Close to the gap, though. Just prop that ball up, make sure it doesn't fall down on the measure. So.
Measure for shot.
Yes, there were some great championships over the years, John, and the one I always enjoyed the most was actually the UK singles, which was a very, very tough competition. And hotly contested by all the best players. We try and get that one back again because so it was all UK indoor bowlers, so No offence to some of the other guys that come from other countries that don't have an indoor carpet, but every single game was always difficult. Oh, that's in.
One shot for Nicky Brett.
Well, tide has changed in this set.
Javelin, 27 metres.
He's come storming back here in the second set. Nicky Brett, really under the cosh that first set against Alex Marshall, was playing brilliant bowls. He's fought hard. Gritty performer, isn't he?
He's definitely moved up a gear.
We've played 4 ends in the second set. Stop the clock, Sander.
Well, somewhere on the scoreboard, I think that's the problem. No, we're on N6. We've played 5 ends, but they're just checking the scoreboard that's available to the players, which is saying 4 ends. And Alex has just pushed that one away. And that's sort of a question. I didn't notice if the shot clock was actually moving, because that should have been stopped on that sort of a question, because definitely not right about the...
We've played 5 ends, guys. Sorry? It's 5 inches short of jack high.
The monitors are definitely at the players' ends, are definitely showing after 4 ends, and that should be 5 ends. So Nick Brett is pushing it down. I think the shot clock did actually stop at that question.
Oh, Alex looking here, 2 down, playing the running bowl again.
Yep, close for this one, looking for the jack, got it.
Oh, it's a good ball.
And he's taking the green one off on the way through. Well, that's the extra bit of luck sometimes you can get, and Alex acknowledged that to Nick Brett. Oh, that was a major bonus.
Yeah, he hit the target, solid jack, and got the green ball on the way through.
Well, the scoreboard's now been corrected for the players.
And then Nicky's looking for a good ball near the end of the ditch, but he'd like to keep it covered. He won't want Alex to run it off.
He has to be careful with this.
Doesn't want to lose the ball.
Nope, he has to be careful. Now, will it stop? I don't think so. This is going to be costly.
No, I think he's got a fair bit of room here for 3, Alex, now.
Oh, that was a costly ball. That's, you know, this is going to hurt. You know, it's just left Alex a mountain of room, and he's dropped one in. I'm not so sure about that with Nick, really. I should be looking for a really good second.
Alex Marshall.
That's given Alex a bit of a lifeline. issues just around the score for a second there, but it's 9-4 after 6 ends.
No, it's a big difference now in that scoreboard because, you know, 9-1 was a very comfortable lead, but 9-4, I think he's just starting to look over his shoulder a little bit now.
Absolutely. Just keeping an eye on our scorecard is kept up here, of course, and the umpires, but the score down at the players is the issue because it's still saying 9-4 after 5 ends. And it should be after 6 ends. And the players rely on that. There we go, it's been changed. Just in a flash. Very important that the scoreboards are correct at the end because you can lose track of it, John, can't you, in the heat of the match?
You certainly can, and the number of ends as well, so it's very important for the players to have that updated.
Yes, it has to be immediate, really. Or certainly as quick as the computer will work.
Well, overplayed that a touch. It's a good space there, good place at the back, but chance for Alex again.
3 ends to go, 5 behind. Well, that's doable.
Well, very much so if you could get something out of this end.
Bit of a lift there for Alex for that 3. A mistake by Nicky to drop into the ditch when just overplayed it, not by much, but just overplayed it. And there's the adjustment with the second ball.
Very good adjustment as well.
1 green. 2 inches. 2 inches.
Alex will play a similar ball now to his last. So line in there if he gets onto the green, if he gets a touch on the jack, it's good. Some try as well.
Oh, he's
gets
chasing
back
it.
to it, just won't get down.
Well, he's so good in that forehand. We almost expect every single delivery to be bang on target.
Build up of red balls, so to the right of the jack.
Gently, gently, doesn't want to fall back on it. He has. Oh, Nicky, unlucky. Very unlucky.
1 red.
Dear, oh dear. Oh, it's 10-4 with 2 to go. As opposed to 9-5, John, that's massive.
Here it comes in, you can see Nessel didn't want to fall back.
And you don't want to do it with a ball to come, you know, it's just...
Oh, now then Alex, he's going to go for this again, I think, try and draw onto the green ball.
And we'll see what happens here, but that last ball of Nick's could be a massive ball in terms of the set. Now he's required to play another really good ball to get out of trouble.
Well, he's only 1 down at the moment. But doesn't want to be too adventurous.
2 twos would lose him the match, whereas 6 up was a whole lot different.
He's playing the backhand, which suggests he's playing the ball. Now he doesn't want to get inside this and get a contact on the jack.
Well, he's trying hard,
He's
I
in
must
the area,
admit.
he's in the area.
He's got it.
Oh, that's a great ball.
That's a massive ball, that really is.
3
It's a
shots
ball
to
of a
Nicky
confident man. Swap sides, played it, couldn't afford to be inside the line. A jam on the jack wasn't good. Gets the ball solid though.
That is such a difficult shot to play.
Jack length 28 metres.
good opener to back it up. High quality bowls throughout this match. You look at the scoreboard, 11-4, 12-4, but it hasn't been that type of sets, has it, David? I mean, it's been a lot closer than that. Some of the bowls played has been remarkable.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt, I think it's because you've got both players playing well, and you know, it's been fantastic. It really has. You know, the quality of the play has definitely stepped up.
You can try and pull the jack, Alex, here.
Well, he needs 4 shots to continue into the last end, so Nick will try and split the reds or go deeper than them.
Yeah, money's on the tiebreak at the moment. A big call to get 2 4s
I think
by
you're safe.
Alex.
I think that's pretty safe, John, to be honest with you.
Well, Alex has got to play it. He's got to try and play a running bowl just to pull the jack through.
Oh, that changes things.
Two green.
He's looking for those triangle of red bowls.
Needs to miss it.
That's good.
Well, it's possible, but well, I wouldn't like to be trying to play it.
No, if he got it absolutely perfect, you could say he could do it, but it's not easy, is it?
It's backhand trail shot. Certainly on the inside line. Not far away from it either.
Needs the green first, really, rather than the full contact.
Yeah.
Unlucky.
Unlucky. Give it a chance. I think he realised that
2
it
shots
wasn't
in
going
the
to
second
happen.
set, and Nicky Brett. Nice tie break. Alex, His heads. Your choice. Alex won the toss. He's given the jack to Nicky in the first end.
Javelin, 26.5 metres.
Nicky Brett's fought back really well in this match. Lost the first set, 11 shots to 4, where it was all Alex Marshall, but came back very strong in the second set to take it, 14-4. To be fair, that scoreline didn't reflect the play. It was much, much closer than that. We're into the 3-end tiebreak now, and it's going to be very difficult to call this match. Well, John, you favoured Alex prior to the match. Have you changed your mind?
No, I'm going to stick with that decision. I said it would be very close. Both players are in good form. I'm going to stick with it at the moment. Can't run out on him now.
Rules change in the tiebreak, of course. It's just score on the end. There's no carry forward accumulated score. Just win the end. That's all you have to do. With a good bowl or lucky one, it doesn't matter. Oh, he doesn't want to be jack high. Well, Alex can probably just try and draw this off at the moment. He could hide the jack behind his own bowl. Sticking to the draw. He's been so good on the draw shot.
Another second.
1 green.
Well, Nick, need another one in. Well, now, will he get past it? He has. Be interested to see what Alex plays here. Will he go attacking it, or will he just try that draw again? It looks good for a draw, John.
Yes, he might be tempted to play the ball. I mean, if he's going to play it, I think this could be the one to do it if he's going to try and play the takeout shot.
Oh, going for the ball of the jack.
It's a jack.
Got it. Oh, I thought he had that. I really thought he had that. Oh. How on earth did he miss that? I was sure 3 feet away from it he's going to get the bounce off the green ball.
Yeah, it looked like he had a piece of it on the way down. He just ducked under it.
This is a problem now for Nick, because if he goes short, it's going to be a problem. If he goes into the head, he could give the shot away.
My only feeling, the ball's a bigger target, isn't it? And he needs another ball in the end. You've got to gamble. You can't cover both now at this point. I would go for a killer ball at this stage.
Yep, a bit of a risk attached to it.
Yeah, he's going in to try and draw another, and I think that's a sensible decision.
He has to be very steady here. He doesn't want to give the shot away. He's good. He's on the right side of the jack. Well, that frames the jack, but there are gaps. It's probably about well, it's not the best he could do, but it's a very good ball. Stops the green ball being taken out and losing the end.
Yeah, he played that well, Nicky, because he's improved the situation. Couldn't afford to leave it like it was. Now he's given Alex a couple of problems here.
Well, straight jack, John, would be ideal, but he could still use this ball and come off it onto the jack. No, that's a big, as you said before, it's a bigger target to get back to it. Really don't fancy the forehand draw much, and he's been playing this forehand so well.
Alex has 3 timeouts.
Just round there to try and get even jack high would be enough.
I think he's looking at the spot position as well. If he did get an edge and cleared the jack out of the rink, where the jack is going, if he did have the spot as well, David, so it's sensing he might play through this with some sort of weight. It's Diane.
Well, she's seen it all before. That's the percentage shot is down the runner in the backhand. Well, he's going for the draw on the backhand. Has to make it round the green ball. Underneath would be good if he's got good weight. That green ball's always going to be in the running end. Yes, it is. It just blocked him. He had perfect weight with that, John. Either side he was getting the shot. Such confidence in his own drawing ability at the moment, and it's fully understandable.
Yes, needed a clear road, David. Margins are small at this level. Half a bowl, then he was in for the short bowl. Now he's on the back foot.
Jet length 28.5 metres.
Both these players have played exceptionally well in this match. Even though the scoreline on the two sets is skewed a little bit, 11-4. Alex Marshall was brilliant, just gave Nicky Brett no chance in that. But Nicky got off to a good start in the second set, 8-1 after 4 ends, and continued all the way through to 14-4. Again, Alex played very, very well, but Nicky stepped up a bit more and got the better of Alex. Now we're in a tie break, and that's the first ball of the second end. Front toucher. If that goes in the ditch, the ball stays live.
And that's just what he wanted. You First end down. You need a good start, and a front toucher can't do much better than that. Well, Nicky, this is some try as well.
Oh, look at this. Oh my goodness me, that's great stuff. I think it probably still won the red. Well, it may not be. It's very, very close.
1 green.
1 green. Oh, what a ball.
It's 4 inches short of jack high.
Alex, lots of time available to him. He's taking a wander up. He'll go on a timeout. May even use 2.
Timeout called.
No, this is a ball.
Alex has 2 timeouts remaining.
Looking just to get past the red. Gets a little touch and fall away, but that's enough for shot.
I just wonder, will Alex try and bowl onto jack into the ditch or take the green one out?
Well, I think he will attack this. He's got 2 chances really, hasn't he? Gets the toucher into the jack, gets the green away. I think he's got to play positive. He's going to be on his forehand, suggesting he's playing weight.
Absolutely. Bowl onto the jack and into the ditch would secure it. It's a toucher and he's very close to it.
He's got it.
Oh, he's got the ball out. That's the percentage shot, and he'll be very happy with that result.
Well, the crowd are loving this. This is what the World Championships is all about.
Not going to make it. I thought that would have been behind, if anything. Trying to rest off his own
2
ball.
inches.
Well then, Alex doesn't want to fill the gap between the green bowl and the jack. That's what he doesn't want to do. He would like to get another close
Half
ball.
an inch past jack high.
Stay away from it. Just stay away from it, and even if Nick gets to the jack, there's always a chance of falling back on it, and it'll still be 1 to red. Not sure if he can make this any better.
No, I think he's looking to come past now. Go for position. Really, I think that's sensible at this stage. He's got to see what Nicky's going to do. It's possible, of course, for Nicky to feather that red ball away without the jack, if he plays weight. I would suggest he'd probably get his own green side one as well, David, if he gets a contact on the side of the red. So, it's all interesting stuff.
Timeout called. Nicky has 5 timeouts remaining.
Difficult shot, this.
He's playing the draw.
It's a hard shot, just trying to come off the edge. Has to be reaching, must arrive. No, he's short again, and really, Nick, I'm surprised there, because anything behind would have been good, and you're just making it more complicated for yourself by dropping in short.
You have 2, yes.
Well, that's what Alex is going to do with this one.
You wouldn't mind so much if Nick was up on the shoulder of the red one, but where he's put it, the red ball's gone onto the jack, and I don't think there's any other shot with him in the last ball, just to try and draw it.
No, I think he will definitely try and draw it with the last ball.
I just wonder, will Alex drop this one short, because he has the back covered. Yep, I think that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to block the way in with that sort of weight. Oh, that's not bad. Maybe just a little bit. We drifted around just a little bit, but it's in the eye line, and that's all that counts.
Well, it's a difficult decision here, because Nick could try and draw it. It is possible he's got to play a perfect draw, but there is a connection maybe on the other side, but he's got to be lucky then.
That's what I was thinking on the forehand. Will he play into the balls and try and get the edge of the red?
The odds are that red's going to go into the jack, but, you know, very difficult. I think he's going for the draw.
Well, this is tough. Don't see the blocker shot very often, but it's very effective. Well, he's certainly around the short ball. It's just a matter of weight with this one, and I don't think he's going to get back. Nope, we're going to be in the last end of the tie break.
Second end, Alex Marshall.
Well, it's been that sort of match, hasn't it? You know, swings and roundabouts on the two sets, a shake of the hands between the two players going into the last end. Always good to see.
Jack length 27 metres.
Well, world number 3, Nicky Brett. Oh, a little bit of a slip on that one. Just making sure he goes back again. Good idea. World number 3, Nicky Brett, has been a little bit hesitant with that first ball. There seems to be a problem in the crowd, a little bit of disturbance. Third time lucky.
Yeah, the importance of the end. You've got to get everything right. A little bit of tension now. Nothing wrong with that though. What a good start. What a good start. Now that's Diane for you. Clapping the opposition.
Oh, lovely lady, absolutely lovely lady, Diane. She's seen it all before, knows exactly the etiquette of the game as well, but she's always been a very happy girl, Diane.
Alex is playing it. Bowl or jack? Bowl or jack? He's close to the jack here, David. He's got it.
Well, that goes on to the respot. Didn't call for to be able to kill the end and touch her in the ditch. Jack was well off to the side. This is the only end when they're allowed to destroy the end, but they have to nominate it, and it's only allowed to happen once. They can nominate as often as they wish, but they're only allowed to actually destroy the end once. So Nicky, oh my goodness me, he's pushed this one out wide after a great first bowl. Oh dear, he's dropped it. Fancy Alex to beat that one.
Yes, Alex knows an advantage to Alex, and he's got the last bowl as well.
That was a big bowl by Alex for the first delivery.
Yeah, good strike. He'll take his time over this one.
I'd be at all surprised if he plays across the green, as we would call it, or across the rink, playing down the centre line and just let the ball drift in on the bias. Not a line which is practiced very often, but I think he's more than good enough for this. He is.
It's a shot, but it is beatable.
Nick will stay to the forehand.
Same high line. How's his weight now?
Well, he's certainly arriving. He's looking a bit heavy to me. Oh, he's got the ball. Well, is that enough? Actually, he wasn't as heavy as I thought he was, to be honest. If he'd have missed the ball, he would have been very close.
Well, if he's got the shot, it's still not close enough, I don't think. Alex has got 2 bowls at this. He's got a 3rd bowl and a 4th bowl now.
Yeah, it's not close enough.
Timeout called.
Plenty of
Alex has 1 timeout remaining.
time for Alex. He's called another timeout, and he's got 1 more available.
Yeah, he knows he's composing himself. He knows this is the one he wants to do it with, David.
Oh,
this
yes.
is the one to put the pressure on.
Every single time you want to do it and leave your opponent 1 bowl so you don't have to play your last. Well, again, a little bit of a disturbance. It's just, calm it down. And very difficult for a large crowd to be absolutely silent in that situation.
Better line with this.
Oh, this is a better bowl, surely.
Much better line. All about pace now. All about pace.
He's chasing it, so he knows he's close. He's got the
it.
jack. Yep, that'll do. That'll drop back for the shot. And that's not going to be easy.
1 red.
Well, that is not easy. You've got to say, Nicky might have to follow him in on that line.
Well, he can call for the to
Timeout
destroy the end, but The difficulty for Nicky is there's a red
has
ball
3
in the
timeouts
ditch, which is live.
You know, you've got to say, if he is striking on the forehand, he's relying a little bit on luck as well, Dave, because anything could happen. If he gets his own green ball into the 2 reds, you just don't know what's going to happen.
No, I think he'll have to drive this, though. Hasn't called for it, I don't think. Which means he might be trying to draw it.
Yeah, he's trying to draw it.
Oh, Nick, if you draw this,
That's a very tight line.
this will be bowl of the championship, but I think he's under.
Playing overweight though, Dave. He's got weight to hold him. Will he get back to it?
Oh, what an effort by Nick Brett. Just got the edge, but it's 1-red. And Alex Marshall takes the quarter-final. 2 sets to 1. A fantastic match, no doubt about that. One that will be well remembered. What a great game that was. Nick Brett just failing with his last delivery. Doesn't get much better, John, does it?
Excellent game of bowls. Fantastic from both players. Great match.
Alex recognising the crowd there. An amazing game, there's no doubt about that. But Alex Marshall played it so well, dominated the first set. Nick dominated the second set. But on the tie break, it was all to play for, and Alex Marshall takes it 2 shots to 1.
very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the International Arena here at Potters Resort. It's the penultimate match in the quarter-final stages of the Just Retirement World Indoor Singles Championships. So, let's get the players on. First out, former World Indoor Champion, the head coach for the successful Scottish Commonwealth Games squad, number 5 in the world, is David Gourlay. And playing David, of course, he is the 2015 World Pairs Champion. He's also the 2015 World Mixed Pairs Champion. Ranked number 2 in the world, it is Robert Paxton.
So a semi-final spot up for grabs, but don't forget to keep those tweets coming, hashtag BBC Bowls. I think John Price and Corky are loving the interaction.
Absolutely, Rishi. You know, we've got nothing to do up here, but we love answering all the questions. And I have to say, there have been some fascinating ones coming through, and of course,
26 metres.
let's be truthful about it. You know, a lot
Why,
of bowlers
please?
are watching, a lot of non-bowlers are watching. In fact, the vast majority are, and we'd like to have your questions through for a little bit of explanation. This is going to be another interesting battle. David Gourlay, Robert Paxton. David Gourlay very relaxed at the moment, of course. He's got a wonderful lifestyle in Spain, and pressure of the Commonwealth Games has disappeared. As I said, we've all got pressures and jobs, and it's a very enjoyable job that David Gourlay's had for the last few years, and there's a contract out for that now, so if anybody fancies it, have a go. I can almost feel your application dropping into the post box, John.
Well, David Gourlay, getting tanned. Is he living in Spain at the moment, playing a little bit of bowls when he gets back over to the UK. He's well prepared for these championships. A difficult year for both these players. On the back of the first semi-final, there'll be a lot of crowd movement, people coming in and out there. It's never an easy match, this, never an easy session, and who settles the best.
Yes, not only that, but also we're in a situation of the crowd going outdoors, are being open, cold air is coming in, and it's not really cold air, it's just a little bit different. And the rink can change just a tiny little bit.
Yeah, I think you ask any of the players, this is the one session they always feel is a little bit awkward to come into. You don't get much preparation before than the 2 trial ends. Everybody likes to start the first game on a session. So it'll be interesting to see how these 2 players handle this. David handled it probably better than me the other day, and I think he started well here.
Yep, 3 good bowls. 3 very good bowls. I think Robert will be tempted to have a little run at this down the backhand. Look for the jack.
Yeah, it's not backward in coming forward, Robert Paxton, when it comes to playing weight.
Got his own front bowl, and his other one. Well, it didn't make any difference. He was still 3 down anyway, so it had to be on target though. David Gourlay, well, the back position's all against him now. Line 3, I think he'd be happy enough just to try and go for a little bit of cover. He's just trying to work out what's the best way and where the jack's trying to go. Decided on the forehand. Well, that's the deepest bowl, and also the 2 respots covered. Roberts no choice but to go again. Oh, that's very heavy. He must be going for the 3 bowls this time. Oof. Not the best result considering he hit the target.
2 shots, David Gourlay.
Yes, as I said to Rishi in the interview, Robert's been in tremendous form, and to a certain extent there's a bit of expectation on him now, David, and it's how he handles that. David Goulet's been here before, lots of major wins, very experienced campaigner.
Length 26
Just
meters.
wonder whether Robert, you know, he's got that in his locker now just to come out and put a really top-class performance on when he's expected to, because a lot of people are favouring him for this championship.
Hard to believe that David Gurley was champion in 1996. He was number 1 in the world for about 5 or 6 years after that, and got into so many finals and just couldn't get over the line. Eventually broke that, but he's been in the top 8 for a long, long time, John. I can't remember the last time David, you know, struggled in any year.
Yeah, he's been Mr. Consistency, and the top bloke as well, but you can see he started really well. He's changed his bowls as well from the early games. He's got a bigger swinging set. He told me he was very happy with the line on them.
Well, it's typical David. He always has a number of sets out there. I think Robert's the same. Robert sending me that there's about half a dozen sets he's tried out for different types of bias, but same manufacturer. He reckons he's still behind David Gurley with the sets that he's tried out. So it's all about confidence and making sure you have the right ball for the conditions you're playing in. This is better.
And one of the hallmarks of the great David Bryant, he would always experiment with different things. Different balls, stance on the mat.
Oh, I never liked going out to practice with David. He'd always take 3 or 4 sets of balls and always be chatting about the lines and things. It just confused me.
He's a great thinker though on the game.
Oh,
and David Gould is very
thinker.
similar. He'll think the game out very, very, very well.
Shot bowl is 4 inches past jack high.
That's the thing about David, you'll be practicing with him and you're just trying to concentrate line and length, and he's talking about a little wobble that was 3 feet halfway down the line on the backhand. And how balls didn't get back, and a mine of information.
Slipped onto the forehand, Robert. Good effort.
Yeah, good ball. Very good ball in there.
1 green. 1 green.
That's well played. Bonus was dropping the other ball down.
1 green.
Oh, still just the one. Nothing exciting for Robert to play through here. He's just trying to draw this. Well, he's playing controlled weight to stay away from his own bowl, but this is dangerous. Well, he's got it. He played it with controlled weight, John. That's where the conversion was. I didn't think he would play it with heavy weight.
2 shots, Robert
Thought he might have
Paxton.
just tried to draw it. But happy enough to take the risk of not taking his own ball out.
Yeah, he sees the shot. He'll play it, Robert.
Very, very good ball. Surprised me he played it though. It's on that forehand, it's really not easy to play that shot.
Jack fence 28 metres.
And both players have played this forehand.
10 inches. Yep, just one. 15 inches.
Getting here a bit quick, but got the ball. Very slight
green.
adjustment. 2 sets of 9 ends, quarterfinals, semi-finals. And then for the final, it extended through to 11 ends.
One green.
I think the players like the 11 ends, John. It gives a chance for you to make a bit of an early, slow start and get back into it again.
Yeah, the extra 2 ends in the final can be a bonus. And drop the weight with that, David.
That's surprising. It was really looking for the same ball.
It's not the best bowl that Roberts played over this championship. Another chance here for David. There's a pretty good chance to add a second.
These players will have
One shot, David Gourlay.
an opportunity to use their timeouts as the game goes on. There's 5 in the first 2 sets and 1 extra in the tie break. Another question about the delivery on the feet as well. Robert Camry's asking, does it matter which foot when they're using the mat stays on the mat? Well, it really doesn't matter. But your lead foot is usually opposite to the hand that you're playing. If you're right-handed, you lead off with your left foot and vice versa.
Jack fence 27 metres.
There you go, you see it with David. Right-handed, lead off with the left foot and the right foot stays on or above the mat. You can still get in touch with us on BBC Bowl, hashtag BBC Bowls, and Colin Smith is asking, how does he take it up? Well, John, we're always in a situation of looking for new players.
That's right, and around the UK, various national bodies have got schemes, and a lot of the clubs are getting involved in coaching, not just with juniors, but older players as well. So I think you need to find out where your local club is and get in touch with your local club. Many have got websites. Get down there because they've got coaches and they can advise you when they'll have starter classes. I'm sure you'll enjoy yourself.
Yes, in Belfast we always have a couple of open days at the start of the season. Big return on that. Usually about 70 people turn up. And club qualified coaches will help out there. They don't need any equipment. Just flat shoes or flat trainers.
1 red.
And of course it's free of charge.
Slightly favoured 2.
He's got it all the way. Played it well, and that ball's going to drop. Makes a difference.
1 green.
Robert playing weight. Gonna get that jack out in the open. Very close.
Got the edge. Ooh, the jack only moved a little bit. That's probably the worst result he could get.
Yeah, it certainly was. Needed full contact on that toucher.
2 green.
Half of it. Gonna find himself 3 down yet.
Quarterfinals, all Scotland-England battles.
He's toiling a bit.
I hope it'll go for these, I'm certain of it. 2 balls clean out, John.
Well, it's a missed opportunity by David. A fair bit of room there to get the 3rd.
Oh, it's quite an important bowl. Robert wearing the red soled shoes to suit his shirt today. Well, he's on the backhand. He's been trying it. I'm really surprised at that, John.
Well, it's certainly drawable. You can good line and length. It's very close actually. Gets back now. He's got it. Just running through though.
That's a danger, you know. I thought those two looked like such a big target on the forehand.
2 shots, David Gourlay.
Such a low percentage shot. Robert's natural game would have been to attack those, and there's no reason why not under the circumstances, but that was a strange decision.
It's a solid start for David Goulet. I think he
Back
needed
left,
that. He didn't want
27.5
Robert Paxton to
metres.
get in front. Very much a confidence player, Robert. Gets on top of you. He can destroy you. He's certainly finding the centre of the rink.
Oh, these balls are coming right back. Different grips, so I used the crescent grip. I don't see that very often.
No, never seen David using that type of grip before. Obviously suiting him at the moment.
Robert's bowl, 2 feet. One green.
It's not bad, but if we can still afford to reach this. So crescent grip's like an old style grip, isn't it, John? Used to be on bowls years ago. Used to see them on the Lignum Vitae bowls quite a lot as well. Some people are still using the old Lignum Vitae. You know, we were talking about this the other day, and they're very rare, I have to say, but they're still being used occasionally at club level and slightly above. But certainly what we were saying really about them was that you wouldn't see them at the top level.
2 green.
And I can't remember seeing Lignum Vitae bowls being used at the very top level of the sport for a long, long time.
It's inside the line.
Oh dear, Robert. That's not good. That's not like you either. Still been using the crown green, of course, and some manufacturers refurbish them as well. I'm sure I've got a set of them somewhere. I think I see my father still has a set of them. Lovely bowl, lovely wood.
And David's going to just try to get another bowl in here. Round the greens, it's good. Good track in. Very good track in.
Oh, this is excellent.
That's good. Doesn't want to come too far now, but then that's just about perfect.
Well, that is perfect.
3 green.
Well, there is a shot on here for Robert if he wants to play it, and that is coming into the red ball. The angle is such, John, that ball will go, that one will go, and this one actually should also go.
Tough strike, though.
Has to get it middle bowl. Going for it. Oh, got half of it. It's going to cost him an extra shot. Well, to be fair, I can understand the shot he played. He had to get an absolute
4
middle
shots,
bowl.
David Gurley.
Well, David Gurley's away and running in this. (9-2) after 5. John, it's a bit of a long way back in the next 4 ends.
Yes, he's been the better player though, David. He's outdrawing Robert at the moment. Robert's length isn't particularly good. David's putting a lot of close bowls in that, and that's the secret on the portable rink.
Length,
He's asking him the
27
questions. Robert doesn't look totally settled out there at the moment. You don't want to let David Goulet get too much in control of the match. He needs to start getting a few close bowls. He's playing well, Dave Goulet. Playing very well.
We've had some
14
questions about why the jack length comes in meters, John, and that's really down to the laws of the game and the way they're written to satisfy all countries around the world. And it's a bit like when decimalisation was brought in as well as centimetres and meters. We still use inches quite often and feet, but bowlers are still using feet and inches, and don't know why. Just that it's always you never or very rarely hear 1 metre short. You always hear 1 yard short or something like that. But that's the answer to that question.
Slightly in front, half an inch in front.
Don May's asking, is there a minimum age for national championships? Well, there isn't, John, as far as I'm aware of, or county championships even. He's 18. Just go for it. We'll look forward to seeing you here at, if you qualify for any of the TV events. So good luck to Dom.
Yeah, most certainly. The more the merrier.
Good effort, David. Well, Robert missing the chance
1 red.
to just stretch that jack back a little bit and make it difficult for David.
He's locking on that bowl, so that's second prize. That's good there.
1 red.
Well, David's doing the right thing. He's keeping everything nice and tight. He's not losing 3s and 4s. Robert knows he really needs a double here, and he's very close to it. Just not making it. Good effort.
1 shot, Robert Paxton.
Now, David will be happy to lose singles all the way now. Well, 9-3, 3 ends to go, and your Twitter questions have been flying in at a severe rate.
Jack length 25.5 metres.
And that's how you contact us, hashtag BBC Bowls. We have a question about a Crown Green bowler who says they look for a mark on the green to roll the bowls over as a sighter. And what do we look for on indoor bowls? Well, some people don't look at anything. Some people use actually the jack the centre marker, and some people use the extreme edge marker of the rink. John, what do you use when you're playing?
I just tend to use a sort of mental picture of the shoulder where the ball is about to bias down the green, David, really. I obviously use a little bit of the boundary markers, but I don't technically use them to pick my line out.
Yeah, natural sighter, I think that would be described as opposed to someone who actually picks a point on the bank or the rink. I can understand in outdoor bowls, a lot of people use it in outdoor bowls where they a mark on the green. And a very good way to do it. Now, Robert really needs to get going here.
Gap is 2 inches.
The set's slipping away from him. He'll start to think about the second set, but he doesn't look happy or comfortable at the moment. David putting one in behind, which is a very good bowl.
1
Tell you
red.
what, these bowls are getting back, aren't they?
Yeah, he said to me that they were a big swinging bowl. He was happy
5
with them in
inches.
practice. He feels with the carpet running a little bit slower, they're an advantage. He's playing well with them.
One red.
Just blocks the line in for David now. Gonna switch to his forehand.
No, only one.
Just needs to rest off the red one. Oh my goodness me. He's making it difficult for Rob, isn't he?
Yeah, it's sensible bowls, isn't it? He doesn't need to chase anything here. He's in the lead in this set. He's closing the end off, making it difficult for Robert to score second. He'll wait his chance to see if he can sneak a one on the next end.
Yes, he's making Robert play the hard shot to get a double.
Doesn't want to drop that in. Ooh, nearly got the back end of it then.
Well, that stops David really from pushing the red ball into the jack, but I tell you what, this is worth it. This is worth it for David, just to try and arrest the red ball through the head.
Well, he's looking at it. Depends how ambitious he wants to be there. I mean,
there is a shot there, John, with just over the weight.
Yeah. 4
You know,
timeouts
the same shot applies to him if he gets onto this ball. It's also quite possible to touch his own ball. You know, I don't think there's any danger of him losing any more than one unless he's using a lot of weight. But I'm really talking about a foot or so. That's all. You know, just an arriving draw more than anything else. If he loses one, he'll not be too disturbed.
he's playing a nice controlled weight shot, just over the draw if he can.
Yes, he's trying that arriving draw shot. Just didn't have the weight to carry it. The line was absolutely perfect. Not
one shot.
Not
Robert
too worried.
Paxton.
One will be fine. So I'd be very happy to lose even another single. (9-4) with 2 ends to go. He's really managed to do the work with that 4 shots in the middle of the set.
Jack length 23.5 meters.
Probably. Marion Purcell just sitting up in the
very small gap.
The back row. Mixed pairs champion along with Robert Paxton.
Yes, she enjoyed her first visit to Potter's Leisure. The World Championships, Marion. Yep. Whetted her appetite, she wants more.
Well, she'll be coming back to defend it. Bit nervous at the start of her campaign, but you understand that under the circumstances. This is a whole different level, but certainly played her way into very, very good bowls.
Your bowl, 12 inches.
Now Robert, first bowl on the jack, he needs to do an awful lot more of that in the second set.
Good bowl again there. Yeah, Robert's sensible here. He's slipping onto the backhand side to get to those green bowls. Anything inside, he'll score.
He's got a chance with this one. Yeah, good ball. It's widened the target. David will probably just try and tap this on the forehand. He's got the choice to go heavy though.
Normally good at this shot.
Oh, dear me. That is the first time I've seen David pull one on the forehand. That one really got away.
Yeah, that's normally his go-to shot, the forehand runner or drive. Doesn't miss many of those over the years.
Yeah, that's a get out of jail card.
Now, Robert, you going deep or are you going to go for another one? Well, it's not bad. Choice is here, he could drop the weight and just try and stun onto it on the draw. That's what he's playing. He's only probably 2 down.
Well, I'm sure he's going to get back from there even with this big swinging ball. Looks very wide to me. Doesn't want to hit that one in. Oh, just missed it. Yeah.
2 shots, Robert Paxton.
Robert's given himself an outside chance now. At 9-6. Pick up 3 shots to level the scores and get a half set. I'll tell you what, if he scrambles 3 shots here, it'll be a wonderful escape.
Jack length 27.5 metres.
Inches.
Decent opening ball. Aim for David now. If you could get beyond that to the jack, he'll probably secure the end and the set. Certainly got a line. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's just what he wanted.
Oh, that ball came round almost horizontal there, just in the last bit of travel, John.
Yeah, he's getting a nice finish. Excellent ball. Now then, Robert, really need to move that.
He's only just arriving at it. It's going to be hard to make the 3 with that ball just where it's sitting.
It was a good attempt by Robert. He played the good weight for the shot. He gets onto the ball solid. He's gone to a good place there at the back. So difficult to get a 3 out of these top players on the last end, though. You're really relying on a bit of luck as well, Dave.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, that's very good. They do well to get a 3 out of this, Robert. Even at this stage, doesn't look a lot on for him. You know, he's playing a running ball off the forehand, just a loop away quick. There she goes. No. It's very difficult, isn't it, David?
Well, it is, because he has to play the shot to take the 2 green out and stay himself, and that brings him down into the realms of the really low percentage weight shot.
I think that magician Dynamo would be struggling to get a 3 out of this one.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's Robin Thornton in the room. Well, you can never say never, but he'll need an absolute miracle here.
Oh, he's going for it. It's a bit of a practice shot as well, to be fair. Got the edge of his own. Yeah, taking that out, leave 3.
3 shots in the first set, David Gourlay.
David Gurley will not bother. The last one, it's happy to go at 12-6. And I have to say, David Gurley was good value for that. He put Robert Paxton under a lot of pressure, and I think it's also fair to say, John, that Robert hasn't really found the form that he's been showing so far.
No, it was a bit of both, but you've got to give credit to David Goulet. Very professional display in that first set. If you're looking to keep that going into the second, there's something to think about for Robert.
He looks incredibly happy with these balls that he's using. You know, they're really coming back well, and we did say at the start that all the players were changing balls and looking around for a wider set, and all of them are using wide bias. Straight bias just don't work, I'm afraid, and to be truthful with you, that might keep a lot of people happy. To be truthful with you, don't like the narrow bias, and
another solid opening delivery. Man on a mission.
Your bowl 5 inches, the gap on Robert's bowl is 7 inches.
well, two really good starters. Matt up the rink a little bit. Well, that ball really was pushed out wide. He's got extra weight on it, but it's actually coming inside centre rink. It shows you how strong a bias those are.
One green.
He's trying to get back to the red ball. Needs to drop just over the weight.
Well, you know, in previous matches, Robert would have absolutely nailed that jack or even touched it for 2. But he's just slightly off a really good game here.
Very close, David.
Yeah,
very
doesn't
close.
want the jack. Well, it's a better first shot, but the little touch on the jack has, I think, brought it towards the red.
One green.
Still just the one.
Yeah, it doesn't leave Robert anything though. Good delivery, wasn't he? A little unlucky, as you said, David, but you'd be pleased where he's finished. Front toucher. Robert hasn't got a lot on, other than a dead draw.
I'll just try and drop off his own ball, really. Doing his best with this one, trying to get to the red ball. Oh, he didn't need it. He got to the jack. What a ball that was. Oh. Wow, if that's one to red, pick the bones out of that one.
Yeah, brilliant ball by Robert Paxton. That'll give him a lot of confidence.
That was an amazing shot.
Yep. Had to be inch perfect.
Oh, I thought he had to drop off the red one to get there, but clean jack. Takes a single.
Jack length 25 metres.
Well, in games, sometimes there are pivotal moments. Sometimes you need something to spark you off, and I just wonder that might be the moment for Robert to get him into the groove and into the run of the match.
18 inches.
Needs to run. Just pulling up to his own ball. That's just
One
about
green.
good enough. And he's short again. Didn't want that 3 short balls.
Well, just that lack of consistency, isn't it, John? It just seems to have deserted him at the moment. We'd almost accept that was a given for him in the backhand to draw that, but David's also struggling. It's not going to make any difference. Still 1 to green.
That's another chance, Robert. Really a good line.
Yes, it certainly is. It just needs to get past, that's all. Once he's passed, he's good. Yep, got it. Another big last ball from Robert.
1 red.
Well, David after it. Needs an edge. Didn't get it thin enough.
1 shot, Robert Paxton.
No real damage done. 2-0 to Rob.
Jack length 25.5 metres.
Robert's been playing this forehand very well during the tournament. At least to lose a couple of feet of weight on this ball. Good line in.
So easy to drop too much, but he hasn't. It's a good one. Yes, he just needs to start to put David under some pressure. It's not happening really at the moment.
One red. Your last ball. The gap is 8 inches.
Yep. That's better. Oh, he's playing his way into this, isn't he? It's
2 red.
hard old battle to get back in again, but David will be, well, he's got 2 choices, draw or a little runner. He's going for the forehand runner in the area. Oh my goodness me, that was massive. Little edge changed that head completely. Well, down the narrow side, John.
2 green.
Big result.
Yes, he's got a 2 out of that. Robert's problem here, wherever he puts this, David's probably going to be able to see it.
Oh, it's on another day that just wings off and he's 3 down.
He's to pass the front, he's going to get past that. Very close to the jack.
Oh, that's a brilliant ball. It really is a brilliant ball from Robert.
Oh, we couldn't have done any better with that, Robert. Brilliant ball. Either a front toucher or a back toucher was good, and he's played very much a back toucher.
Timeout called.
No.
David has 3 timeouts remaining.
David, have a little go at this if you can see it.
Two seconds.
Well, that's 3 really big last balls that Robert has played. Last 3 ends, and looks like he's winding up to have a go at this. Oh, looks wide. Yep. Well, he had to go for it. He's got 3 seconds, so it was really
One shot,
worthwhile.
Robert Paxton.
Well, they're hard-fought shots, I have to say. He'll be 3-0 in front. He's had to work extremely hard, but he'd be happy to take a few more of them.
Dark fence 25 meters.
That's a good opener by Robert. I think you find a little bit more consistency now, line and length with the opening deliveries. The question mark over David Goulet, Corky, is that we know he's a great player, his pedigree. Is he really match sharp these days? He's not probably playing as much as he once was. That is probably the big question mark when you get to this stage in any major event.
Yes,
The
he
gap on the
certainly
shot
looked it
ball
in the
is 4
first
inches.
set, no doubt about that. But you're absolutely right, he doesn't get the same weekly tough matches a lot of the players will be playing in. That's why he's dangerous the more he gets the opportunity to play on the portable rink. But chance here for Robert Paxton. Start adding a bit of pressure.
Good again.
Well, I think David will be playing through this on the forehand with weight.
3 red.
It's possible all 3 will disappear. Well, 2 gone. Front ball was always going to be a bit of a guard, but I think David will be happy enough to get second shot after that.
Same road again.
Well, he's starting to find it, isn't he? Again, another good ball, and
2 red.
there's no back position for David, but he might be tempted to go at it thinking his own ball will run through. Going again, looking for the 2 balls. 1 away, damage limitation.
One shot, Robert Paxton.
Much better end for Robert Paxton, John. He's now starting to apply a bit of pressure to David and get him to play these weight shots.
Yeah, he stopped the momentum. David Goula got away in the first set, played really, really well. He's just slowed him down a little bit. He's picking off singles, and that's good enough at the moment. Moving away.
Track length 25 meters.
Now he's getting good openers, something to build on.
8 inches.
David taking it away with first ball.
Gap now, 6-inch gap.
Well, with anybody switching on, you can see David with a very healthy looking tan. He's living not too far away from Barcelona now. Very nice lifestyle. He's telling me all about it. Lots of going to the gym and walks down the beach.
Yeah, it's really nice region there. I've been that way myself.
You mean you leave Port Talbot?
You get a week's holiday in the summer. You enjoy yourself.
Go and search for the sun, mate. That's all. You love it down there. talisman of Port Talbot. This is close. Beauty.
One red.
I bet you've got
Inch
the
and a half
key
gap.
to the council offices down there.
Not quite. But Dave is looking very confident this week.
This is just sliding under. Good effort. Very good effort.
Told David if I'm ever in the region again next summer, I might pop in for a cup of tea with him. Or something a bit stronger.
Did say the beer's cheap.
Sandra.
Trying again.
Looking good.
Oh, now we're starting to see the Robert Paxton that we've watched for the last week or so. Sending a message to David. His form's starting to come back in a big way. That was a good ball. Really good ball. David has a back ball. He needs a little tap on it. He's going heavy. Deciding on a respot would suit him. Close to it. Oh, goodness me.
One away.
Oh, I thought he was right into that.
One shot, Robert Paxton.
Another single. As I say, he'd be very happy to pick up another couple of singles and make his way towards the tie break. Got to love the history of the sport of bowls. It goes back so far, it really does. And a lot of people think it only goes back to the
Track length 25 metres.
maybe the 11th, 12th century, but it goes way back before that. It was at one stage a sport for the aristocracy. To bet heavily on their bowls games. So much so that one of the kings, well, he was Henry VIII, actually banned his archers from playing bowls because they weren't spending enough time practicing their archery. Eventually banned it completely, but kept it for his personal friends. Lots of money involved in those days in the game.
You're a font of knowledge, aren't you?
That's what I do.
If you're sitting home reading this up in the night, you want to get out more.
Two red.
What's that, a personal life? Don't be silly. David, attempted to run down this again. 2 balls would be good. Oh, he's missed it again on the forehand. That's 2 balls on that forehand that he's pulled across. I just wonder, is he going a little bit too quick with them, John, because he doesn't need to use that amount of weight.
David's bowl.
Just pull back a little bit and
16 inches short of Jack High.
go for the accuracy. It's just he so rarely misses.
This has been one of his best shots over the years, so accurate. And Robert, he's looking just to get past you. Anything past the jack is good.
Yeah. It's okay there. Means if the 2 balls disappear, that ball's still in there. Depends what David decides to do, but he's going again.
Better this time.
Oh, he's close. Yeah. Oh, he nearly got the 3rd one. Good ball.
Yeah, it was a good strike. Made the adjustment.
Yes, the marker will have to go in and see what's going on. No opinion from the marker, simply because the player was on the mat and didn't want to hold him back. So it's good for the marker not to do that. Robert trying to get back on that. That backhand just fights it a little bit. Good weight.
I think it's only one, David, with this ball.
Favour one red.
So do we. It's very accurate with the rings there. Bang in the centre.
Dave needs this now. He needs to try and draw the shot here. A good line. All about weight from there. He's overplayed it. It was always going to be difficult after the 2 strikes.
Yep, just to get that weight down. It'll be a measure now, see what goes on. We've had a question about measuring and people asking can we use lasers or infrared or anything like that. Well, the answer to that is yes. I have tried it. We had a little box and sent out a... Well, as we see, the ball's just taken away. Just the one between the ball and the jack, and we sent out a little signal to the nearest object, which was the jack and the ball, and the information came back down again to the box and we could read it at the top. The good news is that it was tested and tried. The bad news is it was totally useless. Totally inconsistent. I have 2 of them actually sitting at home.
Jack length 25 metres.
Sent over for testing. And my father was involved a lot in the coaching back home, and he was sent a couple of them. Technology's moved on, of course, John, but I still think the old box measure does the job. So, Robert Paxton up and running in the second set after losing the first one 12-6. He's now got a 6-shot lead after 6 ends. 6 singles. Man from Devon has definitely upped his game. But David Gurley's got 3 ends to get back, and 6 shots and 3 ends is very doable.
Yeah, but he must score this end. I mean, this is really important now if he wants to possibly win this set. He must get something on the board this end.
Yep, he's there. Very good indeed. Really good ball from David Gurley.
1 green.
Robert Paxton making his way down. It's now shot clock down to 10 seconds, but doesn't take much time on the mat once he makes up his mind. Down in the backhand, looking to edge the green ball away.
Under it, underweight as well.
Well, a chance for David Gurley here.
Last ball, 2.5 feet.
2.5 feet. Still get rounded in the forehand if he wants. Hasn't been the first choice of a lot of players to play the forehand, but David's got a big swinging ball. This is all about having good weight. Just over. Just close it down, John. You know, if he loses a single, fair enough.
Yeah, he won't be too worried if he doesn't get the shot. He'll be trying to get the shot, but I think another close second is good. Good line.
Yeah, just overplayed it. Spare shot for David.
Still struggling to get down a little bit there, on that length. Now, David, can you make this one count? Double here would be very good.
Taking his time over it. David will know how important it is.
It's just overplayed again. In the first set, he was popping
One shot,
those in
David Gourlay.
on a regular basis. Just loosened a little bit.
6-1. 5 behind. 2 ends to go.
Jack length 28.5 metres.
David Gourlay now to score 5 shots in the last 2 ends of this quarter-final. Otherwise, we're into a tie break, and this is a good starter. That's what he was looking for.
Gap is 8 inches.
Very good.
That little touch was actually a bit of a help because he was bringing the jack out into the open.
2 green.
Surprised Roberts moving to the backhand. I know he can get to it on the back, but just a foot on his last ball on the forehand, he would have been very close. You know it? Just under.
Little chance for David. Lies 2.
That's why I thought Robert would have played that, John. You know, sometimes you can't chase the shot. We have to accept the fact that a good second will take him into the last end. 4 up.
David's got to really, doesn't want to change, but I think he's got to go on to this backhand. If he could tuck the jack in out of sight, it would be very well played. That's a good line with his ball. Good weight now, it'll bend back in.
Here it comes. Well, it's one of the few balls that's getting right back centre rink.
Green.
Paul Foster's able to do it as well. His big bias balls, but that was a chance for David.
Yeah, it was 18 inches short of weight. That, you know, could be easily got another ball in there.
I'm surprised. I would have been tempted to play it in the forehand with David, to be honest, because the gap is still there. Now, Robert, can you make an adjustment? Here it comes. Just wants to drop on the ball for second. It's got to be close.
Slightly favour 2, David. It's close to second.
Yeah, Alan Thornhill slightly favours 2. David now committed backhand, who drops onto the last ball. Gets a third.
Well, it should be just a draw, John, to try and get into the bowl. There is a shot in the forehand to push the red ball into the green, but it can't be worth it at this stage.
No, I'll just backhand draw. If he draws the shot, he wins the set.
He's looking for absolutely perfect weight. This backhand will bend, but it has to be perfect. Oh, he's overplayed it. Favour 2, so that would give David a little bit of hope in the last end, needing 3 shots. I'll just chuck up the red ball first and then remove the green to get the measure in. Looks like it'll be a metal caliber job with Sandra McLeish to sort this out. I think the players are always happy to see the calibers come out because they're very, very accurate. They really are. We favour green. The marker favours green. Let's see what the umpire says. That's a perfect shot for us to see whether this the calibers will go down through the red ball. There we go. Oh, it was easy. And through very easily.
2 shots, David Gourlay.
2 confirmed. Alan Thornhill got it absolutely right. Australian scorecard, 6 singles and then a 1 and a 2. And the pressure on the last end. Score 3. The world number 5, David Gourlay, 3 down into the last end of the second set, and a set he must win. And Robert Paxton, well, he's looking for a tie break. Lost the first set 12-6, so he can afford to lose a single or a double. But he certainly wouldn't want to lose a treble, not at this stage. And Robert Paxton's been so much better in the second set, John.
Yeah, it's been a bit of both probably. David was very good in the first set. Hasn't played badly in the second, but Robert's upped his game. That's not a good start. It's what you don't want to do when you're trying to protect a 3 lead.
Falling short, it means that the running ball, which Robert's so good at, and that's a protector, that'll take him away from it. You say, John, anything up to jack high or beyond is good. David Gourlay looks like he's taking the chance.
Yes, it's a good ball. He gets front touches. Very good.
He's all over this.
Excellent delivery. Warning signs here. The alarm bells will start ringing. Needs a good bowl, Robert Paxton. Overplayed.
Dear me, Robert, this is not a time to go walkabout. Shake of the head. You know, 2 shots is very doable in the last end. 3, well, you're hoping your opponent just has a bad end, but at the moment, David Gourlay's very, very happy with the 2 he has, and this is another one coming in. This is even better.
He's right in on this. He's all over it. Well, that's a match lie as it stands.
I wonder will Robert be tempted with this on the forehand runner.
3 green. The shot bowl is this one.
His natural instinct normally would to hit
3.5
this.
inches.
Yeah, but there's a bit of
Your
pressure
last
on this,
bowl,
isn't there?
2 feet.
The ball down the green doesn't help, the short ball.
Well, he knows he can draw 3rd. If he draws 3rd, then it's up to David to get it back again. The forehand runner, anything could happen.
Tell you what, he's carrying weight with this. I don't know if he's going to get back. Is he going to get back?
Oh, he's very close
He's
to
close
getting.
now. It'll bend quick now. Just about gets inside the back ball.
Well, it's beatable. David plays the same ball as his last. He'll allow the 3 that he needs to win this match.
2 green.
But goodness me, that was a bit of a nervous one for Robert.
Well, he hit the brakes last couple of metres.
Did he
Timeout
ever?
call.
That's a
David has
chance.
2 timeouts
David
remaining.
Goulet gets inside the red one for a match lie.
Got to fancy him to do this because he's played this end. The last bowl was perfect. He just needs to rest up to it again. Yep, take your time, David. You've got lots of it.
Well, he's trotting. Does he fancy this one?
Well, he normally wouldn't chase up after it unless he was going to be very close, and he's in with this. Oh, what a bowl. What a bowl from David Gurley. What a fantastic end.
Well, that's a great delivery.
3 green.
Robert Paxton's in big trouble. The pressure's on. I think he'll have to hit this. Wonderful delivery by David Goulet, just when he wanted it.
Oh,
Big ball.
his best end of this set, and he's kept it to the last.
Well,
Oh, this is a big, big bowl by Robert.
going for it.
Well, he just needs to get down from there. Doesn't want to be too wide. Oh, he's missed it on the high side.
Second set time.
And David Gurley
David
gets the
Gurley.
3 that he needs to draw the set. What an amazing finish, Sean.
Yeah, Robert. First 2 balls weren't good, and David Goulet took advantage of it. Played 3 wonderful balls there. And a great end for David Goulet. And really over the match, I think he just about deserved it. I thought he played the better balls.
Well, there's no doubt about it. It was a fantastic game. Robert, scratching about on the first set, came back very, very strong in the second with 6 singles, but lost the last 3 ends in a 1, a 2 and a 3. And David Gurley played the last end as if it was the biggest end of his life and got the 3 that he needed. Robert missed on the drive. He wasn't chasing it. He wasn't far away. So the tie break not needed, but David Gurley takes the set at 6-all.